The challenge with healing anything, especially systemic healing, is that letting go is the most challenging aspect of change, right? Letting go means that you have to address there is something harming you and you're willing to take a step towards something you know nothing about. At least when you're being harmed, you know what to expect, you know how you behave, and you start to develop these patterns of comfort, even if you don't like them, you don't even recognize how much you're comfortable with them. Letting go of systemic racism, oh my gosh, it's the most scariest thing we could do. What are we going to do if we do not have this way of operating in our minds that we've been taught and conditioned to believe? We've been taught that we worked hard to get this. We have these great financial systems that work, that we have medical sciences that are all doing great things, and yet none of that brings any value to your life. Playing the stock market has no value to whether you're healthy or not. It causes more stress and concern about things that don't matter in life itself. It doesn't help you breathe, eat, sleep, any of that. The medical system, the food science system, these are all things that racism actually has done because no black or brown people would do any of those, create any of those things. Why? Because they're connected to the planet. They know the planet gives us what we need. And they're just wondering why these mentally ill folks are still stuck trying to make things that already worked. That is a mental illness that we need to heal from. And the only way to do it is break loose, break the bonds of our psychology and let go and watch. Just, hey, pray if you got to pray, find somebody if you got to find somebody to lean on, but do it in a way that makes you serving and supporting the change of towards humanity. It's really an enjoyable process over here. Yes, it's frustrating to see these systems, but it's a really enjoyable process. Racism isn't all about just direct hatred towards Black folks. It is about harming us all based on this idea that we are competing for power and control, and there's no better way to do it than try to control our mind. But if you don't believe racism exists, then you're not paying attention. If you don't believe that racism still is happening in an anti-blackness way, right? Because you see the anti-immigrant as the top priority while they're taking away voting rights from Black folks. The threat